What's going on, everybody? This is Ashley. Thanks for joining me. If this is the first time we're meeting, this channel is all about water fasting and fasting in general. I want to provide you guys with a lot of information that'll help you either get started or get through your fasts. I did get started on keto and I did intermittent fasting all the way up until 24 hours over the last 2 years, okay? So I'm no stranger to fasting, which is something I also recommended. If you guys saw my last video, that's what I recommend, starting intermittent fasting. You can check that video out. I also, once I hit 24 hours, I went up to a 3-day autophagy fast, followed by 5-day water fasting, and then finally, I'm actually, the longest one I've done is a 16-day. I'm currently on a 33-day water fast. So that's super exciting. I'm happy about that, and I'm happy to be providing this information to you guys, anyone out there who's doing water fasting. There's a lot of controversy right now about breaking a water fast, a prolonged fast. And the reason being is a lot of people are getting freaked out because there's at least one YouTuber that I've seen that did a water fast. He had success, and then he broke his water fast with a buffet, and he stuffed his face. And then in his title, he put water fasting caused my kidney failure. False advertising, you guys. No, his food choices actually caused his kidney to fail. And here's why. So when you're fasting, you lower your insulin levels way, way down, okay? And so what do you think is going to happen when you start eating again? They're going to go up, right? Okay, so you're going to be eating, you know, regular food, and then your electrolytes are going to get out of whack because there's electrolytes in 2 different places. There's in your cells, and there's also in your blood. Okay, so insulin acts kind of like a key that unlocks your cells, and the electrolytes can go in. Okay, so if you start intaking a lot of fast, like a lot of food really fast, everything's going to be going into your cells, but it's going to cause deficiencies in your blood, and that's going to cause a whole host of problems in your system. Okay, so don't do that. The best advice to give anybody who is breaking a prolonged fast is to do it very slowly, very, very simply. Okay, you want to give your body a chance to recover from your fast. Actually, it's pretty healthy to fast, but you know what I mean. You want to give it a chance to readjust to you eating food, okay? So there are a couple of different varying opinions out there that I kind of wanted to discuss real quick. Dr. Berg, like I was saying, Thomas DeLauer, and also Chris James from A Healthy Alternative. Now, they have varying opinions on what to do for a breaking of a water fast or a prolonged fast, and this is why. Dr. Berg says you can have half an avocado, 3 ounces of cheese, an egg, some soup, a small salad, half a cup of berries, or a handful of nuts. And you can, these are not all at one time, you guys. No. This is like every 30 to 60 minutes you would have something. So you would break your fast, you would have like a half of an avocado, and then you would wait 30 to 60 minutes, and then you would have 3 ounces of cheese or an egg. And you would do that slowly and very gradually throughout the day. You can also do, you know, soup and broth, that type of thing. Then we have Thomas DeLauer, who says no vegetables because of the fibers and the difficulty digesting them, which can cause bloating and discomfort, because when we fast, our digestive juices are kind of really, really low. And so if you start putting in things that our body has to digest, like vegetables and meat, it can sometimes have a bad reaction to it, and you can actually end up bloating. So the other thing he said is try not to pair your carbs with fat, because when the insulin spikes and it opens that cell, the carbs will go in, but the fat will go in as well. So it'll kind of act like a fat storage. And then Chris James, who is the owner of A Healthy Alternative, I just watched a video that he was doing, and he said basically, if you are going for like a long, prolonged fast, like 30 days or so, you want to give yourself 7 days to come off of the fast. So that's 7 days to kind of reset your system. He said, start it with juicy fruits and fruit juices. So your high water content fruits, your watermelon, your berries, your peaches, mangoes, stuff like that, I guess. And then you can do smoothies, you can do juices, you can do, let's see, your salads, soups, light and easy for a couple of days. By day 4, you should be doing your grains and potatoes, but you don't want to eat large quantities. And then, in other words, eat until you are satisfied but not overly stuffed, again, because you don't want to flood your system with so much stuff that your body can't break it down and it gets like all confuzzled inside, because you can shut your system down. On day 5, 6, and 7, he also says then you can add in your protein and dairy, although he's kind of personally against protein and dairy. Now, here's what I believe. I believe more of Dr. Berg's, only because not saying there's anything wrong with Chris or with Thomas, but coming from a ketogenic background, that's more the things that I personally tend to do when I do my refeeds, is do the really like the vegetables and that type of thing. I cannot have fruit on keto, so if you are on keto, the only thing you can really have are berries, which is fine. So there's no fruit juices or the juicy fruits, unfortunately. No smoothies. We're not doing the grains or the potatoes. So really what Chris is saying, I think, is more for people who are following a regular diet when they're not fasting. Now, Thomas DeLauer, he knows his stuff, you guys. He is really big on the nutrition. And I understand from a nutritional standpoint what he means about the no veggies and the digestive stuff, but I think in that sense, it might just be overload of the heavy carbs, the higher carb content cruciferous vegetables. So like zucchinis and broccoli and that kind of thing, the cauliflower and stuff like that. But I personally believe, due to my own research and stuff, I personally believe that salads like lettuces and stuff, I think those are perfectly fine, because those are actually higher water content. So the avocado, cheese, egg, soups, small salads, berries, handful of nuts, that sounds like a really good plan to do, remember, in increments throughout the day. If you want to do smoothies, that's fine. That's totally your call. If you're coming from a keto background, you want to aim for like spinach, almond milk, maybe a handful of berries, something like that. Let's see, the one thing they do all agree on is get your sea salt in, so your sodium, your electrolytes, but again, don't overdo them. You don't want to flood your system with electrolytes, which you're going to be doing if you gorge on food. So just take it slow, keep it simple, keep it clean. If you're going to do a salad, maybe try some olive oil and some salt and pepper rather than, you know, a heavy dressing. So hopefully that was helpful and you guys can benefit from doing a fast and then knowing how to break a fast. The one piece of advice that I can give you is, don't get the mentality that just because your fast is over, you can start binge eating again and you can eat whatever you want. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people they end up with weight gain, they end up with a lot of bloating, discomfort, water retention, inflammation. I've done it myself. So just be aware of it and plan your refeed so that you are not left, you know, unaware of what are you going to do, and then end up eating something you shouldn't. So best of luck, my fasting friends, and I will see you in the next video. Post any comments or questions that you guys have down below. I will see you in my next one.